Well, more than 500 firearms were reportedly lost from the South African Police Services in the 2018-19 financial year, and it has thrown sharp focus on firearm theft and illegal gun circulation in South Africa. For more, let's chat to our independent crime analyst, that's Dr. Chris De Kok. He's on the line from Pretoria. Good afternoon, Chris, and thank you for your time on the SABC News Desk.
Good afternoon to you and the viewers.
Chris, guns still being lost from the SAPS. The figures are indeed worrying. Why is this still such a stubborn problem in the country, do you think?
Well, I think we have heard now the different explanations for police weapons going missing. They are stolen during robberies. They are stolen taken during police where there's attacks on the police, these kind of situations. But it is very worrying that 500 police firearms, we talk of heavy caliber firearms, we talk of 9mm pistols, we talk of R4, R5 rifles, those type of things. And those are the type of firearms which are used in robberies, especially in CIT robberies, bank robberies, those type of robberies.
Chris, it's difficult to get a legal gun in South Africa, but how difficult is it to get an illegal one, do you think?
I think it's much easier to get an illegal one than a legal one, because you don't have to go through any tests, you don't have to go through any paperwork and long waits for approval. And it's quite a difficult to get a legal firearm, but to get an illegal firearm, I think that is quite easy. I haven't tried before, but I think it will be much easier. And that is very unfortunate that we have such a reservoir of illegal firearms. Also, during crime, people are robbed and are taken their firearms, the legal ones are taken. And that land in the hands of criminals who wants to do something with that firearms.
What are some of the risks involved when it comes to owning a gun, Chris? Statistics show us that guns in the home do more damage to family members and so on who are more at risk. Why is this, do you think?
You see, I think there's a lot of risk. I myself have got firearms, licensed firearms, but actually when you sit down and you think about it, there's a lot of risk in it. And sometimes, unfortunately, and under certain circumstances, these firearms can be used domestically. We have seen family murders. We have seen all of these kind of things, that firearms is being used in domestic violence type of situations. Then also, the other problem is, if you have a firearm and you carry it with you, you take it with you when you go on a trip or whatever, it makes it actually very dangerous. For one example, I was hijacked about 2 years ago. If I had a firearm that day in the car, I would have been dead 2 years ago, because I immediately showed my hands, and that is the only reason why these guys allowed me to get out of the vehicle. I didn't make any strange movement. And if I had a firearm, I would have reached for the firearm, and they would have killed me because they had their firearms in their hand. Even, people believe, I myself believe, that when you go to bed at night, maybe take your firearm out of the safe, and now you are safe if you come under attack during the night. That's the only time I take my firearms out. But basically, one has to think twice, because it's not just easy. You can't shoot somebody in the garden or while they are still trying to get into the house. You may be on the wrong side of the law. You may be charged with attempted murder or murder. And also, the other problem is that if you, for the first time, have to shoot someone, that's a very difficult decision to take. You may hesitate. And unfortunately, our criminals are very good with firearms. We must not make any mistake about that. They know how to use these firearms. They are very quick to use them, and some of them are excellent shooters. So actually there's a lot of dangers involved of having firearms in your house. Also, if we take something like farm attacks, one of the main reasons for farm attacks actually is these criminals know that farmers traditionally have got a lot of firearms in their safe. So they will attack. In many cases, the main aim is to get hold of firearms.
Chris, what can the SAPS do at this stage to curb the loss of firearms in the country right now?
Oh, there's a lot of things they can do to curb the loss. They have to regularly check that these firearms are still with the members that it was issued to. That the ammunition, I see also in today's newspapers, that one of the other big concerns of the answer that the minister gave in Parliament was the number of bullets getting lost. I mean, we are talking only in one province, for example, the loss of millions. In the northwest, for example, in 14-15, 2.2 million bullets were lost. Now, actually, it is mind-boggling that this could happen, because when police go for shooting practices, when they go out on operations, the bullets are counted, and when they return, it's supposed to be that when they book off duty, that the very same bullets should be counted again to see that they didn't fire any shots during that shift. So it is actually amazing that this can be the number of firearms, and then especially even the ammunition that gets lost. So I think if they just apply those rules and apply those regulations and the law on their own members, I think this can be stopped.
Dr. Chris De Kok, independent crime analyst, joining us on the line from Pretoria. Thank you for sharing your time with us on the SABC News Desk. Time to take a short